Far too often, we integrate within other domains in order to save time. I understand general classroom teachers, especially at the elementary level, have a lot of things that they need to teach. They might be teaching several subject areas in a day. And to now have mandatory standards for computer science education, it's just one more thing that they have to cram into a day. And it's not actually being tested upon. It's not a standardized test, which makes it so that many people are trying to integrate computer science into something that is tested, like science education, or mathematics education, or English and language arts. But this is often done in a way that dilutes computer science. It makes it easier for the teachers to teach the subject area without having to have an understanding of computer science and computer science education, by instead focusing on vocabulary and very basic applications of understanding, like create a rudimentary program where everybody's doing the exact same thing. And so, yeah, it makes it so that people are technically doing computer science, but at what cost? Like, I have a drum kit right behind me while I'm recording this, if you can't see it in the audio that you're listening to on. And if somebody told me that they have a integrated music and percussion program for their, mathematics class, where students are going to do basic math problems by clapping their hands and like doing body percussion where they like stomp their feet and pat on their shoulders, etc., to be able to solve a math problem. While that technically is a form of percussion, it's one of thousands of potential instruments. It's just skimming the surface of understanding that one can have in the domain of percussion. Like, I could talk to you for hours about the way that you hold your stick can have an impact on how the stick vibrates, which changes the way that the stick sounds and the instrument sounds, whichever one you're striking with it, etc. And that's just one of many different topics, let alone talking about the motion that you use that impacts that, and how that relates to your anatomy in terms of like your fingers and your tendons and your muscles, etc. So while you might be clapping out some rhythms to be able to solve a math problem, I'd argue that is a subservient example of integration. And it's the same thing with computer science education. We focus on definitions and terms used with thinking or solving a problem, but honestly have little to do with CS outside of metaphors and ways of thinking.